Man, this is lifestyles of the poor and unfucking fortunate. But I tell you what, bitch, we got.
What's going on, everybody? This is Chad Arms with Chad Arms TV, and we are here with one of the legends. People better not forget this. If y'all are not on point with this, man, City Paper, man.
Yeah, what's up, man? I'm glad to be here.
One of my favorite artists from the city, and has been for years. You have been for years.
I appreciate
telling Fate, you and Lido, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Somebody from just the country in Greenbrier, Springfield, like, coming in to like getting into rap music.
Yeah,
y'all were some of the first artists from Nashville that I heard, other than Stack. And Quanti and
yeah. Good stuff, man. Appreciate that.
Yes, we're just gonna do an interview with you, man. I know, kind of just do like we normally do. We'll start off. You want to speak on like childhood, like growing up?
Okay.
How that was, and maybe what got you into music?
Yeah, for sure. I pretty much grew up in a neighborhood, inner city Nashville. I mean, I had a 2-parent home. You know, I was well taken care of. We wasn't rich, but we wasn't really poor either.
Right.
My pops was a football coach, and what happened? He coached Pearl Cone High School, and what happened was my mom actually went to law school. She went to law school in '90. She was in probably 95, 94.
Yeah.
Well, what happened was I moved with my auntie. My auntie stayed in the projects, which is her sister, because my dad was doing like full-time coaching and stuff. So basically, I moved schools and went to here at middle school, and that's kind of in the inner city by Joe Johnson area or whatever, and that's kind of where I grew up at. I grew up in North Nashville, North and West Nashville. I had another auntie that stayed in Preston Taylor, which is
what you spoke about.
Yeah. And that was the West Nashville part. So visiting both areas and going to school out there, that was all my friends. It was kind of like going to the centers, playing ball and stuff like that. I was an athlete, so we did the sports real big. Yeah. And that's all kind of my stories was more sports stories until I started doing music. It's crazy because I met Pistol's his cousin is really kind of like his sister, but it's really his first cousin, and that was my girlfriend in 8th grade, 9th grade. So that's how I met Pistol.
Okay,
all right, so I kind of like he liked me and stuff, and me and her was kind of like in a little relationship, and I rapped for him maybe in 9th grade.
Okay,
and
so
I was probably I was in high school like in 9th grade, and I seen him. And I was just telling my homeboy Ron Slade, that was like my best friend. He played for UT.
Oh yeah,
Ron Slade, my best friend. So we was in the car and shit, and I was like, I'm gonna rap for him, whatever. And I had this one rap, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I was trying to get up the nerves and stuff because the time was '96. He just dropped money.
Bro.
Yeah, he just dropped Money in the Power.
Yeah, bro.
And he used to be in the hood. Yeah. We in the hood and shit. And I'm over there with his cousin and shit, and he walking in and out with the big Desert Eagle and stuff like it every day. So he was like, what's up, little niggas, or whatever. So Ron was actually popping in basketball. He was a year ahead of me. Yeah. So they knew Ron in the neighborhood because he was popping. He was a 10th grade at Pearl Cone, but he was already kind of finna blow up. Yeah. And they kind of was talking to us or whatever. And anyway, it took me about maybe a month or two, man, to just get up the nerve. We didn't see him every day, but we might see him once a week. And he had this crew already, PJN, and they was over there, and they was the cousins of my girlfriend. Yeah. And I was like, man, one day I just went over there. Man, I think I had a little, I don't know if I was drinking some St. Ives brew. It was something that got my little nerves together. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of lit. I was like 15, and I walked up to him, man. I rapped this rap. I don't know how good it was. But he was like, it's cool, man. But long story short, man, he kind of took a liking to me. In about a year, I was kind of in the group PJN, And actually, I didn't ever get on the record. It took me like 3 years to get on the record. Okay. From that day, I was in the group, but I never made a CD. Yeah. And probably because they were a little older, or if they weren't older, they probably dropped out of school when they used to record back in the day during the day, and I had to go to school, so I used to miss all the big boy recording sessions and stuff like that because I was in school. And one time,
playing ball?
Yeah, I was playing ball.
Basketball,
football, And actually just basketball, but football I played into 9th grade. But my pops was the coach, and we was just real big, and Pearl was blowing up in that time.
Y'all were killing it.
So that was the primary focus. So going to 11th grade, I made the first CD, which is Speedballing. Speedballing from P. Gates, and that was I probably made about 4 or 5 records on that one CD, and
you was going by paper then?
No, it was Lamar.
Oh,
that was Lamar PJN. Yeah. So that people don't even know that.
Yep,
yeah. So yeah,
that,
Speedballing. So
yeah.
I did this song. Kick My Dough In, and I was like, I'm the 17-year-old for 17 in the rig, but that was me.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
but like,
yeah.
I'm
That's
Lamar,
crazy,
but that was
bro.
two different. Yeah. So that was the beginning of my rap career, and it was so big at the time because I was in high school and being on the Pistol CD in high school and being on 4 or 5 songs on Pistol CD in high school was almost the equivalent of dropping a big record today.
Yeah.
Even you know what I mean, because you couldn't even be close to these dudes. So just going to high school and being on Pistol CD, which was selling a couple 100,000 copies.
Yeah, he was moving units.
Yeah, real units.
That was still when CDs were
real units, and I was on there 4 or 5 times. So that kind of propelled my rap career. You know, at that time.
Gave you that, plus, you said you'd only been doing it for
like 2 years probably at that point. So I met him and I met Pistol when I was 15, probably in '96, and that Speedballing came out in '99. So it was 3 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, for me to get. And I was recording with Pistol for those 3 years. I just didn't make a CD. The CD prior to that was Ballaholic.
Ballaholic, yep.
And I was on. Basically, if you look on Ballaholic, you'll see the song "With It, With It." There's some history. You'll see the song "Y'all Niggas Is About It." And Young Buck is on the middle verse, but they got little markers because they mixed it up. I did the ad-libs for Young Buck, and they didn't put Buck on there. They put me on there.
Yeah.
So that song Buck is like start out a small time nigga, whatever. That was Young Buck, but I'm doing the ad-lib. So I missed that CD. Then the next CD was Speedball, and I'm on there 5 times, and that was my propel to kick my door in. I did a 16 bar, and I was like, who was this little Mark? I'm one of them niggas that motherfucker robbed. Yeah, he got me hot as fuck. Watch this 17-year-old put 17 up in his rig. So that was me.
Yeah.
So that was
Bro, that's some chills right there.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, man.
Yeah.
That's cool. Is that the first time, I guess, that you had, with Pistol, did you already know Buck then, or were you just in there?
Yeah, so I knew Buck from being in the studio with Pistol. So you got to realize that these studio sessions back in the day, which was 96, 97, 98, 99, was all at like Quad Studios.
Yeah.
And big studios, Love Shack and all this stuff. And they'll be there for weeks.
Yep.
They'll be there because they had these CEOs back in the day, Paul Woods, Demo, all these people.
Yep.
And they'll set it out and you come in and out and people record and you sleep there and you get up and make a song and they'll put you on. So it's almost like you got to be there.
Yeah.
And that's when I met Buck. D-Tay is on that CD. I met D-Tay. But me and Buck, I mean, we might have met once or twice, and we knew each other vaguely.
Just
from that. But he got on that CD, and then he kind of did this thing. But it took me a little longer. After that, I was 17 when that CD came out. Graduated from high school.
Yeah.
I had caught a case in high school, so we kind of got in some trouble, whatever. We kind of caught like a big case of a accessory to murder case in high school. So I kind of stopped, graduated, and went to college. Played basketball for 3 years in college.
Oh, what college was it?
So I went to Ball State for 2 years. Then I went to this other small college for the 3rd year, like an NAIA school. Played ball. So I was from 18 to 21. I was playing ball. So I didn't do nothing. So that's when it stopped. So I had a son in high school. So as I was playing ball in high school, I really stopped rapping. But people knew me for rap.
Yeah.
They knew me for rap. And fun story, I played junior college basketball against Shelby State in Memphis. And while we were playing, my whole team, this dude was passing out CDs at Shelby State. It was Gotti, right?
Oh, wow, yeah.
So, yes, it's crazy. So, I
Memphis,
played,
Shelby State.
so Ball State played Shelby State and shit like that. So, he was passing out CDs. And after the game, my team, I had the jersey on. My teammates was like, man, my boy right here can rap, whatever, man. So I get off the bus with my Ball State jersey on, and me and Yo Gotti battle right there. This 04, 03, 04.
Right
Right around 03, 04. But I hadn't done anything since Pistol. But
you always just
I did the next CD, which was I'm sorry, let me take it back. Get Your Weight Up.
Yep,
I'm on there. I'm from the city. Then that's me on there. I had a 16 ball on there. But so my teammates kind of hyped me up. Me and Yo Gotti battle. He remembered me from battling him. Because 6 months later, he made the I Got White show, and he started kind of bubbling up.
Yeah.
And he remembered me, and I went to a show or whatever at the Roxas downtown, and he remembered me about 6 months prior from battling him.
Was that before he dropped Life?
It might have been right before.
Yeah,
I'm not
'cause I
sure.
remember
That
that
shortest
was on- I think that was
04-ish,
yeah.
03, 04-ish or
Yeah.
whatever. But that was the
He was still
shortest.
bubbling.
Yeah, he was still
He
bubbling. He
was
was coming around state or whatever. He met me and Lito. Lito met him. That's how me. So it's a little small world. But yeah, that's all kind of the procession from 99 to 2003, 2004. And then when I left school in 04, I left college. I started recording Real Talk Volume 1. I got back to rap and named myself Young Paper. But before that, it was Lamar. Hope you banging Lamar. Yeah, I was PJ and Lamar, who was in a rap group, but that was the thing. Then when I don't know what made me, I guess we talk about that. I don't know what made me change to paper, but when I came from college, I graduated from Ball State, and I got my associate. I went to this other small college up in Iowa to play basketball, but I didn't go D1. So you wanted to go D1 from JUCO,
right?
And I was like, fuck it. I had a baby. My son was already 3. You know what I mean? I came back and started rapping.
We're definitely gonna talk about him.
Okay,
too.
yeah. That's crazy.
He's balling out of control.
Yeah.
He's killing it. So yeah, we'll just pick up from there. So,
Okay.
so you do the Ball State stuff. You and Gotti battle, and then where did you start to see? You started Real Talk Volume 1, like you said.
Yeah.
Is that when you got to where maybe you met Fate? I know you said you and Fate used to do stuff.
Yeah. I go to I go there. So hindsight. While I was recording with Pistol in high school, I left Pearl Cone. So this is a pivotal moment. I left Pearl Cone my junior year. Like I told you, I got in trouble in high school.
Yeah.
So I left Pearl Cone and transferred to Hillsborough my senior year.
Okay.
When I transferred to Hillsborough High School, I met Fate and them. Hillsborough had a unique thing. They had a studio in the school. So Fate was like a freshman.
Yeah.
I'm a few years older than Fate. And in Broadway.
Yep.
Broadway was there too.
Broadway,
Yeah. Broadway was there. And all of these was smart dudes. They knew how to work the shit.
Yep.
Back then it was ADATs and shit like that.
Yeah.
I was the rapper, but they knew to do the beats
Yep.
and they knew how to work the machine and shit. So man, we just clicked up. You know what I'm saying? Me, Fate, Broadway. It was a lot of dudes. Khaled.
That's what you said in his interview.
Khaled and them was in a group called AWP, I think.
Yeah.
And they kind of formed BOP or something. But all of these dudes from our South, or these were my new friends or whatever. And we clicked up good. And I got to rapping, graduated from high school, but Fate continued to record people at Hillsborough and stuff like that. So Fate a few years behind me. So the time when I'm coming out of school, 03, 04, Fate kind of just graduated, been doing it good. We kind of reunited, reconnected, started working on Real Talk Volume 1. And that's when Fate started his studio in his storage room. Fate had the studio at the storage. Yeah. He had the studio at the storage, and it was popping. And it was the main thing that I recorded. Man, I had Kwani on there, I had Pistol on there, Lito on there twice, Young Real. I mean, it was a big deal. You know, Big Lou. It was a big deal because I either knew all these people or paid all, whatever it was the first CD that a young dude, 21 at the time, could get all these. And they kind of made me somebody that quick. You know what I'm saying?
For
like,
sure, because me coming up, I started in about 03, 04.
Yeah.
And dude, I looked at all of y'all like celebrities.
Yeah,
bro,
for real.
Like, to me, locally, y'all were killing it.
Yeah.
And y'all had the best music to me.
No, man, we had that nuance. It was Fate, man, with that. And everybody needed a Fate beat. He had it going.
We talked about that too.
He had it going, and me, Lito, Young Rail, B.O.P. Bezel Gang, Sticks Izza,
Mike J.
Man, it was just in Pills. There was a lot of people just going to Fate. Going back, it was another guy, Big Bush. Big Bush I recorded with. He did a lot of good stuff too. But him and Fate was my primary producers, and they killed their Real Talk Volume 1, and it sold a lot of records. I probably pressed up 5,000 to 10,000 off the top. And I sold 2,000 or 3,000, 4,000. You know, I think I got nominated for SCA Awards. I mean, I really hit it big because I probably sold all those 10,000. It was good for your first time out.
No, for sure.
And it was SoundScan, it was everything. So, yeah.
And see, that was when Is that the one that has Primetime on it?
Yeah, Primetime. Yep.
And then Primetime 2 was
Yep,
on
yeah. Primetime 2 was probably on the second one, and Primetime 1 was on that.
That's the
and
first time I-
the Whip Game with me and
Yeah.
Lito.
Yeah, dude.
And then the Whip Game 2 was on the second one. But yeah, so yeah, that's that. That was crazy.
I was telling Fate because I was asking him like, what's some of the first songs you would tell somebody if they wanted to look up your production? He said Standing in the Kitchen.
Yeah.
Whip Game's one of my favorite.
Yeah.
State ever made. Y'all know that song.
Yeah.
But we were talking about that too.
Yeah, 252 grams
yeah,
with
talking about that
me and Lito.
You ain't think a quarter bird?
Yeah, smell so sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was crazy. So we was doing some really high end good music then. You know, we was really killing it.
It was like ahead of its time.
Yeah, it was ahead of its time,
for
man.
sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like, and then, so that's how you met. That's how you met Lito. And
Yeah.
and what's crazy, bro, is I know you said you got into trouble and you had to transfer.
Yeah,
schools, but if you wouldn't have transferred
yeah.
schools, bro.
No. I
Think
wouldn't.
about what would have. I mean, you wouldn't have met.
I wouldn't have met Fate. I wouldn't have known him,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't have took music that serious. When we was in that studio at Hillsborough, it just made you just got into it because you can go. I mean, it was like open. Like I think you had to take a class or something, but you can kind of go there. It was almost like I don't even remember school.
Yeah,
it was just a studio
when
when people could come up there, and so it was like
what all that brought out of that one school. Though.
yeah, no, it was great. No, it was crazy.
That
Cali, me, Fate, Broadway. I mean, it was some crazy artists in there. Yeah.